math class of the 2019 school year. Oh, we're so proud of your hard work. We're so proud of your endurance throughout this time. We just want to celebrate your growth. And in this last class, we are going to just put a few numbers, a few decimals in order. Here I have my place value chart. We have our decimal point. We have ones, which is a whole. And then we have a tenths. That means you took that whole and you broke it into 10 pieces. So this is your tenths. And then as we keep going, we have hundredths. Again, it doesn't just stop in hundredths. It goes on and on and on. But we are just going to be working with these three place values today. So the first number that was given to you yesterday, one of the numbers that was given to you yesterday was 1.2. 1.2. So what I am going to do, I am going to show you how to place it on the place value chart so that today on your independent and during your independent work, you will be able to successfully get this done. With this strategy of put it in place value. Again, this is one of the many strategies that you could use to order decimals. So we have a whole, which is 1. We have our decimal point, and then we have a 2. Another number that was given to us was 0.6. So because that 6 ends on the tenths place value, it is called 6 tenths. 0.6. Another number that was given to us was 0.15. And the way you read that is 15 hundredths. The 5 ends on the hundredths place value. So we call it 0.15. 15 hundredths. Okay. So I know that the ones is the greatest place value. So I am going to look at this number and say, I am ordering this least to greatest. That means the smallest number comes first and the biggest number is last. I am going to look at the smallest number. So I know right here that the 1 is the largest number. So I'm going to put a no. This is my greatest number. Because as a whole, these other two don't even have that. I like to think about this with decimals with money. Some of you could think about it with food. But if I have $1, I have more than the person who doesn't have $1. Now here we need to compare these two. 6 tenths or 15 hundredths. I know that 6 is greater than 1. Although this number has 2 digits, this tells me that the 100 was broken into, the whole was broken into 100 pieces and 15 was taken. It's like you have a dollar bill and you break it into pennies and you only took 15 cents, 15 of those pennies. However, here, this tells me that this 6 tenths, the whole was broken into 10 pieces and 6 was taken. So it's like having 6 dimes. 6 times 10 is 60. So this worth is much more than 15 hundredths. So now I know that this is my least number. I'm going to put a number here, least, in the middle, and this is my greatest. Okay, 4th graders. So now we did strategy 1, which is placing it in a place value chart. Now we are going to demonstrate this. We're going to use a visual to see what does this really mean. Again, as I mentioned, you could use money, or you could also use food. So I'm going to pretend like I'm using food. I love brownies, so let's pretend like we're baking some brownies. Okay, so we mentioned that this number, the way you read it, is 15 hundredths. I took a brownie and I broke it into 100 pieces. And I am doing this live with you so that you know this is pretty quick. You could just do it. My lines do not have to be perfect. The point is just to get 100 in here. So I'm going to do 10 columns and 10 rows. And let's do 10 columns. And then I go ahead and I shade in only 15. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. Now the place value of this one is tenths. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 10. And now I'm taking 6 of those. This time I was a little bit more hungry and I decided to eat a little bit more. Now I know that 6 is a little bit over half. There you go. Okay, now this one, ooh, I noticed something different. I have a hole. So I need to go ahead and I ate a whole brownie, and then I ate 2 tenths. So my second one, I'm going to cut it into 10 pieces again and just eat 2 of that. One and 2. So this is a visual. This allows you to see what these decimals look like. Which one would you rather eat? The one that has the most or the least? I love brownies, as I mentioned, so I'm going to put these from least to greatest. Now I know I'd rather eat the greatest. So this is greatest. This one, although I have 2 digits in this number, I see in my visual that actually is less than 6 tenths. As I mentioned before, 1500s mean you took a whole and you broke it into 100 pieces and you ate, you took away, you shaded in only 15. So this is my least. The number 1 for least, and then this next to it is 2 and then 3. Again, you may use a visual, which it can be a grid. It could look like this. You can also use your place value chart. There are many strategies. These are just 2. Now make sure when you are putting your numbers in order or you are comparing any numbers, you are using at least 2 strategies. One to do your work and the other one to check your work.